Opening game for Scotland's women's team in the Pinatar Cup against Ukraine, kicking off the fixture calendar for 2020 for Shelley, Kerr and the girls, with a crucial couple of months ahead. These next 3 matches in the Pinatar Cup will determine just how well the side prepare for the crucial qualifiers towards the European Championships 2021 that are due to come. Joining me this evening for the game is Pauline McDonald, and we'll be watching all the action with you.
Hi there, I think it'll be a really interesting evening. Ukraine are obviously an opponent that we've not faced in recent years, so I think a bit of a different challenge for the team tonight, but definitely an exciting one, seeing so many changes in the starting lineup. Ukraine
ranked 27th, 2 places ahead of Finland, who are in the qualification group. As you can see, the upcoming fixtures will play against Iceland on Saturday the 7th of March, 2 p.m. on BBC Alba, and on Tuesday the 10th of March, Northern Ireland are the opponents. 7:30 p.m. kick-off, a little bit later than we are this evening, again also live on BBC Alba. Pauline, coming into these 3 games, what is it you think Shelley Kerr will really be looking for, especially tonight in the opening game against Ukraine? As we're about to see soon, there's a much changed lineup for us to have a look at this evening.
It is, and I think that, you know, that's something since Shelley's taken the job on. She's been really true to the players and allowed everybody playing time, which is a key objective for this tournament, as is winning. And also she mentioned with BBC Scotland the other day, you know, having a look at some different tactical way of play.
Well, Caroline Weir leads the side this evening. There's a debut cap for Martha Thomas up front. As well, as you can see, Kirsty Smith, Sophie Howard, Hannah Godfrey and Hayley Lauder look to be the back line this evening. It'll be interesting to see how that gets on. One that we haven't really seen much of, and Lucy Graham also taking her place in the midfield and in only her 4th cap tonight. It's a very different looking lineup, Pauline, and what do you expect to see in terms of play from the much changed face of Scotland tonight?
For me, yeah, it's a new back 4, it's a new centre-back pairing, but both play at the top level down south, so you know they'll feel comfortable going into this game this evening. And like you say, great to see Lucy Graham get a start tonight also.
And we'll hand you over to the national anthems. national anthems of Scotland and Ukraine. And we just have a look at the lack of handshakes there. The team's going away for the full team pictures. The referees just discussing as we have a look at the Scotland lineup that we spoke about earlier. Martha Thomas making her first cap up front. Jenna Fife starts in goal as well for Scotland, only her 5th cap between the sticks in the women's team lineup. And the centre back pairing of what we assume is going to be Sophie Howard and Hannah Godfrey. Godfrey only making her 2nd cap this evening, but 1 cap, 1 goal is how our stats read at the moment. Maybe she'll be able to get forward from the back line and help out in attack as well, Pauline.
Yeah, well, in the last picture against Albania, she looked very comfortable in possession and comfortable in terms of bringing the ball forward and breaking the lines, and her passing and distribution was excellent. So something that we'd really like to see again. And I think, you know, looking at the formation as well, I think Shelley will want to see both fullbacks trying to get forward and support attacking play today also. For Ukraine, Apanashenko up front has the top scorer title for Ukraine. They also have Olha Odichuk in attack as well of Atletico Madrid, and keep an eye out for Daria Kravitz in defence too. Can also get forward and grab a goal when she likes to. She got one in the last qualifying campaign for the World Cup for Ukraine as well. Head coach Natalia Zinchenko just involved with the huddle with the Ukraine players. They've found it quite tough recently in competitive fixtures. They took a couple of heavy batterings from Germany, 2 8-0 defeats back to back, and they'll be looking to just use the competitive nature of this group stage tournament in Spain to try and build some confidence as they look to regroup again when they go back into qualification too. Yeah, they will. I'm sure that Shelley probably won't focus too much on the results that they had against Germany, because we know that they're an exceptional nation, and probably looked more at their most recent fixture against Republic of Ireland, where they were narrowly defeated 3-2 against a very, very strong Republic of Ireland side. Hannah Godfrey just shaking off the cool air. I just noticed when the national anthems are playing, there was a couple of Scotland fans in shorts, which you won't get back home at this time of year. So making the most of the weather over in Spain as Jane Ross gets prepared to kick us off tonight. The weather's definitely much more pleasant over there at this moment in time. And we're underway in this game. A couple of early touches in defence for Scotland that will be very welcome for Godfrey and Howard. There's Kirsty Smith picking up. You can already see the yellow shirts of Ukraine flying forward to press Scotland quickly when they have the ball in defence, and a little bit of miscontrol there, giving them an early throw-in. Yeah, we want to try and settle into the game nice and early, and that's been part of Shelley's philosophy since the day she came in. You know, she wants us to dominate the ball and be comfortable in possession. So hopefully we'll get to see that across the next few minutes. Just able to get that one away towards Graham, trying to get the header on. Ukraine able to go forward with the ball to win the free kick there. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think we really want to be really aggressive in those transitional moments, and you know, it's good to put your foot in early doors and let your opponent know that you're there. Petra Pavlikova, tonight's referee. Free kick played into the box. It'll be a chance for Jenna Fife to get off the line and take an early touch of the ball. As you can see, Scotland looking to play out from the back on the ground, get comfortable on the ball, but Ukraine won't let that Scotland defence settle. You can see Apanashenko in close pursuit of the two centre-backs. Chance for Lauder to come forward. Good composure on the ball there by Haley to find that space in between, and something that I watched against the Republic of Ireland, that they're really uncomfortable once the ball goes in behind that back line, and we definitely have pace in those wide areas to try and exploit that this evening. So Martha Thomas just trying to attack down the far side. Ukraine will take possession over. Just getting the position of the free kick. See Jane Ross up there in attack. Over 130 caps now for Scotland. Up top with Martha Thomas, at the good experience there to help Thomas through the next 90 minutes, or how much she will play. But Shelley did say that she was looking for plenty of competition and minutes for all the players that had travelled out to Spain, so we'll get to see exactly what she can do in a Scotland top this evening. And I think it's in her favour starting Martha tonight. Obviously, there was the Continental Cup final at the weekend, and she wouldn't have played, obviously. So hopefully we'll get to see, or she'll be able to get a good run out this evening.
Green coming forward, Scotland trying to dig the ball out again. Foul goes in Scotland's favour. Lucy Graham going to ground. Just in a bit of a tangle.
Yeah, she protects the ball well there. Good foul.
Part of the philosophy there, Pauline, that when we get the free kick on the halfway line, we're still looking to see Scotland play it to feet, play short passes and try and build out from the back no matter where the ball is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know how it is. The more you have the ball, the less you have to run for it. And Shelley wants all the players to be comfortable in possession, you know, and that's something that we probably want to grow on from after the World Cup and leading into these Euros.
It's a chance for Ovdichuk to come forward, gives the ball away to Caroline Weir, captaining the side tonight. A chance for Emsley to run at that Ukraine defence. Has to turn back. Oh, they just can't get her toes onto the pass from Weir, but good intent from Scotland. A left back so far up the pitch, something that Hayley Lauder done for Scotland in the World Cup last year, just trying to get that attacking sense with two extra players coming up and supporting Hayley Lauder and Kirsty Smith.
Yeah, what we can see is it's very congested when we're in possession of the ball, and I think we really need to find that composure and find moments to switch the play across the back line and exploit the space on the other side.
Pinatar's a place that you know kind of well as well, Pauline. Is that what the pitch is like? Is it really tight to play in those spaces towards the end of the touch lines?
It's probably one of the smaller in terms of dimensions, and obviously the fact the stands are that close, it looks visually even smaller.
They just have to chase after the ball. Ukraine will look to try and get a quick counter. Ball's moved out right. Scotland having to get bodies back. Ovdichuk on the ball again. Played out wide. Kozlova looking to get the cross in towards the back, it drops. It's now Basanka on to Kimmich. Caroline Weir doesn't give them a way through.
It's a great interception by Caroline, and it's great composure to pick out the pass there as well, and just unfortunate that the ball up to Martha Thomas is just a little bit overweighted.
Either away by Howard. Sent back though. Some good work from Graham to win possession again. We just look to calm things down.
We look like we're playing with a little bit more composure now, so hopefully we can find a little bit of rhythm.
You see those three players, a little triangle of yellow shirts, pressing Scotland, not allowing them to come out of defence with the ball. Here's Kimmich again. Moves inside to Kaina. For Ukraine to come forward. Nice pass forward. Kozlova will have a look up. Just a little bit too much on the trick to try and take it into the box. Kalinina able to make something of that, and Scotland get a chance to move forward once more.
Again, good composure by Hayley Lauder there, an experienced player, and that's what we need in moments like this where the game's coming upon us. Just that little bit of composure. Let's keep the ball, let's make them work hard for it, and then I think that they're definitely vulnerable on that counter-attack. Great ball in there to Jane Ross.
And the pass out to Arnott's brilliant as well. Chance for Arnott to attack, has a look up. Deadly cross in there across the face of goal. Scotland will win the first corner of the match. Great intent. Quick three passes, getting Scotland off down that right side. Brilliant delivery from Arnott. Keeper was unsure of where it was going, and the defender has to put it to safety at the back post.
Yeah, and it's great to see Lizzie being really positive and direct, and she's lifting her head. She's trying to find somebody in the box at that moment, which is very, very important, and something that she did very well for us last year.
24 last weekend, Lizzie Arnott. Caroline Weir will get set to deliver. Headed away by the defence. They just allow things to be rebuilt from the back, but Kirsty Smith opts to use Jenna Fife. Out for Weir.
Great distribution by Jenna there.
Picked the pass perfectly. Weir will try and deliver the ball. A little bit of a touch. It will break out the back to Emsley. Tries the touch. Good save from the goalkeeper. Emsley with the right-footed shot, just trying to drill it towards goal. But a good save from the right foot of Sampson.
Yeah, she's unfortunate there, but fantastic pick out by Jenna Fife into the wide area.
Just looked almost like she was trying to keep it low rather than get much power behind it, and it could have took the touch off the goalkeeper's foot and maybe went into the back of the net, but a strong foot nonetheless from the Ukrainian keeper.
Yeah, and positive to get a shot on target this early on.
You just see the space coming down both sides. Caroline Weir in a bit of an unnatural position out in that far touchline. And earlier with the delivery to win the corner. And Scotland will get the chance to come again. The goal kick not making its way out of the Ukrainian half. The referee Petra Pavlikova will give the free kick to Scotland. Here the shouts of keep the ball moving, coming from the Scotland bench. Lauder just closed down and gives the ball away. Ukraine passes off as well. It's unfortunate. There's a bit of space for them to work into if they could have picked out the right pass, but instead Godfrey will have a chance to use the ball in defence. Sophie Howard turns it back to her centre back partner. Second ball there into the middle of the park, but Ukraine pick out. Petrick trying to get that one out right. Just looks a bit like Scotland have unsettled Ukraine here just with those couple of attacks over the last few minutes. They looked quite comfortable to start with, but maybe just applying a bit of a pressure and the Scotland dangers become apparent. Yeah,
I think you know, as we grow in positivity and composure in possession, I think the spaces will definitely open up as they are doing now, you know, and specifically in the wide areas, and I think our counter-attacking play will hopefully lead to many more attacking chances and shots on goal.
Emsley and Arnott have switched sides after the earlier opportunity. The ball back into Smith, and Emsley will keep it alive. It's becoming fast-paced in that final third at Ukraine's defence.
Good to see the 1-2 touch football there, a little bit more intensity and the combination play in that wide area.
Something you get from the two wide players as well, comfortable to play on either side, and that will keep Ukraine guessing as the match goes on. You can also note that Kirsty Smith isn't too far away from Claire Emsley on that right flank. Earlier delivery from Weir, giving Claire Emsley that opportunity. Well saved by Sampson.
You just think, could she have taken that touch inside and maybe went with her left in that situation? Bottom corner. Easy to say sitting here.
Ukraine will have the throw in. Kimmich does well on the turn, surrounded by blue shirts. Kirsty Smith coming over the halfway line. There's Emsley more central.
I think if she gets that out her feet a little bit earlier there, the switch is on.
Still space out on the far side for Arnott. Just a little bit unlucky, Martha Thomas there trying to hold the ball up. But again, Scotland don't allow the ball to come into their half. Sophie Howard bursting through, ball over the top. It's a good one. Can it be kept in play?
Yep, she does well there.
Thomas looking up, touch on from Ross. Sampson's there. The ball's there to be won as well.
It was, I think, just if she maybe looks up a little bit earlier there, the cutback was potentially on. Haley coming in, and I know that I think on the other side it was Claire. Watching them against Republic of Ireland, there was a lot of opportunity. The back line are very drawn to the ball, so those kind of spaces between the 6-yard box and the penalty spot are always vacant.
It's Katarina Sampson looking to start things with that free kick. Ukraine going long, 3 players go to ground. Cleared away. Good turn from the player on the ground, just surrounded by yellow shirts. And Ukraine have the opportunity now. Shenko over for Ovdichuk. She's going to allow it to run out for the corner. Scotland make the right call. It's a goal kick given by the far side assistant.
I think we need to make sure that we try and protect and move the ball very quickly in the central areas of the park, given that they're a team that maybe don't possess the ball, although they do like to defend and they do it very well and very aggressively.
Scotland will look to win the free kick here. Kirsty Smithfield, as you can see, just a bit cynical. The ball was gone. The Ukraine player was the one on the ground, but Scotland will restart things again. China Fife getting some early touches in the first 13 minutes. And Pinatar, there's Lauder.
Looking to exploit that space and behind there. I think maybe Martha can go maybe even slightly wider. It might have been a little bit more successful.
It's been a variety of attacks so far. Try the long direct ball over the top, but also the quick passing into feet too. Yeah,
there's definitely been a bit of variation, and that's what you want. You know, you don't want to be predictable in terms of the way that you play. And again, something that we've probably identified from the World Cup moving forward that we want to bring into our game.
Does that help with the two strikers up front and Ross and Thomas as well, that you've got a bit of variety there and two different targets, or does that not really have much to say?
No, I think it does. I think Martha definitely gives you the possibility to go in behind maybe a little bit more, where Jane Ross coming short and looking to play into feet, and then maybe linking off midfielders.
Caroline Meir under pressure, ball sticks to her feet, gets that one up the line.
Great pass.
And a second attempt for Scotland. There's that space again.
Yeah.
Emsley trying to get there. You never questioned the pace of Claire Emsley. Thought she might get that one, but it'll go over for the throw-in. But Ukraine will need to be wary of those gaps that they're leaving on either side.
Yeah, and I think that was what we spoke about a little bit earlier. You know, they're very narrow, they're very compact, and if we can move the ball quickly, there's definitely going to be space on the other side of the pitch for the wide players to exploit.
Olga Basanka with the throw. Claire goes to ground again. Claire Emsley. It's a dangerous free kick. Scotland get an opportunity to whip the ball in. Just a little bit physical from Basanka. But she knows she's in a game with Emsley on that side.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who actually delivers this.
Caroline Weir, captain for the evening. And it there for the short option as well. See nobody occupying the penalty box just yet, awaiting the run. Weir delivers. Bounces again. Ukraine really haven't dealt with the first ball into the box from the set pieces. They get a chance to try and counter here. Weir's there to sweep up. Nice turn. Scotland just picking up the scraps every time that ball goes loose in the midfield, and Ukraine trying to get a bit physical. I
think we've settled into the intensity of the game a little bit better now and seen what the opponent offers. And you know, in terms of that physical battle, you need to win it. You need to dominate your opponent, and I think we look like we're doing that more regularly now.
Smith skips forward again. Arnott back on the right side now.
Good combination play.
And win the throw-in. Hate to be in that Ukraine defence, not knowing where you've got Lizzie Arnott or Claire Emsley running at you, but that's a brilliant throw-in from Kirsty Smith. Finding Ross in space. Weir's there again. Just no way through.
It's very compact in there, isn't it?
Almost all the Scotland players in that Ukraine half there. You just had the two centre-backs stepping back into their own zone. Ukraine just look happy to get that clear whenever they can.
I think it's really important in situations like this that we don't try and force it, and we bring the ball back out and recycle until the opportunity arises.
Brilliant work there for Emsley to win the ball back. Ross in space, thinks about a long range shot. Keeper has to deal with it, it's still in play. There's a yellow Ukraine top there first.
She's entitled to do that because the backline keep dropping in that situation, conscious of the players that are looking to go in behind, so it's just unfortunate she maybe doesn't execute it as well as she possibly could.
Heavily involved, Scotland right back so far. There's Jane Ross with that long range effort. Looked like it might have been going just wide, but the keeper was unsure. Ukraine pressed into their own defensive third at the moment. Still scoreless slow. And almost 20 minutes played in Pinatar. Do you think Shelley will be happy with the start so far though, Pauline?
Yeah, I think she will. I think they've settled into the game very well, and we're dominating possession of the ball. We've created a few good attacking chances with good fluency. I think now, you know, the more the game goes on and the more this continues, you want to take one of these early chances.
It's all the way back to the goalkeeper again. You can see Ross and Arnott and waiting. Schmatko spreading the ball out to the far side. Commanding header again. We'll get that from Godfrey and Howard this evening. They've taken care of everything in the air so far. There's Sophie Howard. Godfrey now.
I think we're moving the ball with more intensity, and that's definitely helping us in possession, and obviously making the opponent work harder, which is more difficult to sustain over the 90 minutes.
Jenna Fife picking a lovely ball out on that far side again.
She likes that side, doesn't she?
Yes, used it to good effect so far. But she'll be happy as well to see a lot of the ball in a Scotland top so far, considering it's only her 5th cap. She'll be looking to impress Shelley Kerr with any defensive duties she has to put up between the sticks this evening. But here's Lizzie Arnott with a chance for a quick attack.
Great position and interception there by Lizzie, and she's released Jane well, and it's again, it's maybe a little bit of a soft attempt on goal. Yeah,
just didn't quite wrap her foot around it. I thought when she cut onto that left side that, you know, strike it with some power. We were hoping Claire Emsley done the same earlier with that chance that she had also, but just not to be. But the keeper's been tested a couple of times so far, which is promising for the girls in the dark blue tonight. As Ukraine will get a chance to attack now. Oh, lovely skill. Ball's delivered across the 6-yard box. It's stuck there. Fife goes to ground. Great save. She had to be alert. The ball just dropped in the perfect position for Ukraine there, but couldn't be stuck away. And that's a warning to Scotland.
Definitely is, and that's the second time the ball's come across our 18-yard box without any interception or real aggression to go and try and attack it, and that'll be something that Shelley will want to definitely correct.
Lauder just caught out a little bit on the far side in the left back position. A lovely play to get into the box. Just dropped, and it was so close to be in Ukraine who opened the scoring after Scotland's earlier chances. But the newly signed Rangers goalkeeper doing brilliantly to get to ground and keeping the score at 0-0.
I think when you dominate possession of the ball, sometimes you can have lapses in concentration in moments like this. But I think, you know, in terms of Ukraine's style of play, that is very much a counter-attack, and it's something that we need to be aware of.
Kozlova on the edge of the box, thinks about the shot, takes the deflection, headed away by Hayley Lauder. And he's sent back in again, though. No pressure on Jenna Fife. But she's been very active in the first 20 minutes, the Scotland goalkeeper. Gets the play moving again with the throw to Arnott. Kirsty Smith trying to use that space again. Cleared up in the air. Just a little bit of a space in between Arnott and Ross. But Ukraine just looking to fire that ball upfield.
Yeah, a little bit hopeful there from them.
Just over a decade since the two sides matched up. Scotland on the end of 2 defeats against Ukraine back in 2007 and 2008. Remains to be seen how this one will go with Lizzie Arnott on the attack now. Ukraine able to just stab the ball away. Heavy challenge there after the ball was played, and a little bit of a talking to for Lizzie Arnott.
Yeah, I think Lizzie just takes too many touches in there. We need to move the ball quicker, but it's a good film.
Just stops the play coming forward. It's Anna Petric. There's a bit of that skill earlier from Kozlova. Doing brilliantly to take it round Lauder. Ball was just bouncing around.
We have to attack that. We absolutely have to attack that in those front areas.
It's almost as if Kimmich didn't really expect it to drop to her, otherwise she could have been prepared to put her side in the lead.
Absolutely.
There's Ovdichuk coming forward, passes off. Chance for Godfrey to use the ball, but Scotland playing in a little bit of trouble. And again, tries to release Thomas. A bit of a mix up there. Thomas will get a perfect opportunity to open the scoring, and she does. What a debut for Martha Thomas. It was handed to her on a plate, but she won't be complaining, and she opens her account for Scotland on the night that she gets her first cap, and it's Scotland 1, Ukraine 0.
Yeah, fantastic counter-attacking play from just coming from the other end, and we're under a little bit of pressure there, but I think Lizzie does really well to thread her through, and well done to Martha, who continues and leaves herself, as a result of the mix-up, with probably one of the easiest goals that she'll score at international level.
Not sure what the defender was doing, but 23-year-old Martha Thomas will not be complaining. 5 goals and 13 appearances for West Ham United this season. She's now got a Scotland goal to add to that as well, and she's put the national side in front this evening in Pinatar. Perfect start for Shelley Kerr's girls.
Another new cap with another first goal.
That gives you some more food for thought in the attack as well for Shelley.
Yeah, definitely. She's definitely a very different type of player to what we currently have in the squad, and it's great to have options like that as a coach.
Just after 20 minutes in Pinatar. Perfect time for Scotland to go in the lead. Just over the halfway point of the first half. We've seen the danger that Ukraine can pose as well. Not to be taken lightly, and that's a lovely pass out for Kimmich to take over. She'll get the chance to come forward again. Some lovely control, but Kirsty Smith doing brilliantly to get the body in front. And it's shielding the ball. The referee will blow the whistle. Not happy with the challenge, possibly. Kirsty Smith standing over. A little bit of a water break for Martha Thomas. Quick triangle there from Scotland, done well to play out of danger.
Fantastic in terms of the switch, and just again the confidence to take or do things quickly with 1 and 2 touch.
Chance on the far side, nearly getting the ball through to Emsley. Ukraine come away. Pinashenko does well to get the ball forward. An opportunity for Kozlova. There's Kimmich on the far side, she picks her out. Going into the box. Wraps the right foot around it. Good save, Jenna Fife. It looked to be a little bit deceiving, the shot. Jenna Fife going to ground and managing to palm it away. Kozlova just held the shot, didn't she? She sort of paused.
She did, and you know, credit to her, because so many times you see players in that situation who think more about, you know, striking through rather than placement shots. So it's a great save by Jenna.
Yeah, first Ukraine corner for Scotland to defend. See some of the bigger players from the back. Kravitz, number 22, as we mentioned earlier. A threat from set pieces for Ukraine. Grabbed a couple in recent qualifiers. Drops again, not defended. Ukraine will get a second opportunity. Kimmich shepherd out from Smith, but she gives away the free kick.
Yeah, a little bit naive there by Kirsty. I think she just needs to stand her ground there, but I do think it's concerning the amount of times the balls come across our penalty box, and we've really not shown that somebody wants to really go and attack that and win it. And another dangerous situation for us to defend.
It just gives Ukraine a second bite of the cherry after the corner was played beyond everybody. It's going to be Basanka to play the ball in. Looking to be an outswinger, but the referee's not happy with something at the moment. One player wall between Jenna Fife and the free kick.
Quite sure what that was about.
Not too sure either, but we will have the free kick. I am over everyone to the back. Caroline Weir there to get it away. Emsley just keeping an eye on Filenko. But Ukraine enjoying a bit of the ball in Scotland's defensive third. Must be an injury or a cut to...
Yeah, I think it's maybe possibly a cut.
It was Olga Basanka that wanted to take the free kick, but ordered off by the referee to get something seen to it. Good defending there from Godfrey. Ukraine send the ball in again. Godfrey there once more.
Yeah, and that's what we need to see. We need to be much more proactive and stepping on and going and attack the ball, and it's good work there by Hannah Godfrey.
The match is helping to prepare for the upcoming qualifier. Cyprus away, Portugal at home. A good few Scotland fans in attendance in Pinatar, happy with what they've seen so far as we approach the half hour. Martha Thomas with a debut goal. It was an absolute gift for the Ukrainian defence and goalkeeper in a mix-up, putting the ball into space in the penalty box, and Thomas just had to roll the ball into an empty net.
I think we've seen it coming a little bit, didn't we? We've seen that kind of continuity and the kind of proactive running off the ball, and Lizzie being more involved as the game grew. So fantastic for Martha and for Lizzie to be involved in that assist. Yeah,
we saw with the variety, just Scotland opting to go down the sides and then every so often playing a direct ball over the top and into the space behind the defence. That's what paid off, because the Ukraine defender didn't know how to deal with it. No communication with the goalkeeper, Samson. But Thomas not complaining. Scotland fans and Shelley Kerr neither, as that puts the girls in blue into a comfortable position in the opening game. Earlier was the fixture between the other two sides in the group, Northern Ireland and Iceland. Iceland 1-0 victors over that, so anything more than a goal margin win will send Scotland to the top of the group on the opening night. Just a little bit of a mix-up with the throw-in. Martha Thomas, as you can see, just making her way back. Atanashenko trying to play the ball forward. Scotland dealing with it again.
Again, better by the centre-back there, stepping out and committing.
Thought Ross was being pulled back there, but Scotland will come again. A couple of players in the box. Emsley looking to get the cross in. Delivers. Drops there and then shielded away by Petric. Lucy Graham was just asking for the corner. She took a bit of a barge there on the touchline trying to get the ball.
She did. I've seen that given before. Good work by Claire though, cutting back in and trying to get a delivery. And we get support in numbers in the box, which is positive.
Emsley again taking control, just holding up. Does well to skip past yet another player. Happy to keep possession, playing the ball back to Howard. Hannah Godfrey. Now Kirsty Smith. Godfrey thought about sending it long, played the short pass, and ball given away to Ukraine. Howard gets a chance to just make sure that one gets further forward. Nice play. Arnott now. Ball just slowed up behind Lizzie Arnott. He's got a chance to take on Basanka, but she'll win another corner for Scotland.
I'm not sure if she was expecting that to come as quicker there, because I think if she's opened up, the ball in behind was actually on for Martha Thomas to run onto.
It will be another corner for Scotland. Caroline Muir making her way over to take the more experienced players in her 69 cap tonight. Short corner on the edge to Emsley. This could be one from the training ground. Arnott does well, trying to get beyond, but it was really good defending from Kozlova, just getting herself in the way to prevent Arnott from moving into the box.
I think we just need to find a better way to work with that overload situation. You could hear Andy shouting it's a 3v2, you know, so we should be in a more positive position and be able to get a delivery in from that wide area.
Smith and Arnott exchanging passes. Arnott goes for the ball in, bounces through to Jane Ross. Scotland will repeat. Lovely pass. Ross in a bit of space, tries to drill the ball across the face of goal, blocked out for another corner. Good defending from Petric. They've done really well to work that. Ross was standing all alone in the penalty area. Some good thinking from Scotland, and they'll have another opportunity with the corner. Weir delivers. Might just drop for Emsley, but Ukraine will get the chance to counter. A quick attack, brilliant
great recovery
covering.
by Lizzie Arnott. Fantastic work.
Fantastic speed from the Manchester United midfielder. Safely playing the ball back to Jenna Fife. Sophie Howard gives the ball back to the goalkeeper. No pass on, so Jenna Fife will see the ball once more. Godfrey again. Smith to her right. Uses midfield. Smith
Fantastic
again.
play down the wide area. Good movement by Lizzie inside to receive also.
And then more space again for Kirsty Smith. Delivers the ball to the back post. Header down. Goal kick given. Martha Thomas just rushing in at the back, looking to try and add to her tally tonight. Unable to get clean contact on the header.
I think when we play the ball with that intensity, 1 and 2 touch, you can see that we're really capable of exposing them in the wide areas, and with maybe just a little bit more accuracy on the final ball in, we have real potential to get another goal or two in this first half.
Yeah, I'm sure Shelley Kerr will be looking just to make it more comfortable. Hasn't been too much in the way of clear-cut chances at goals since Martha Thomas opened the scoring. Just over 10 minutes to play until half-time. Hayley Lauder with the throw-in. Having a look at the options in front of her. Uses Emsley, heavily involved so far and closely watched by Ukraine. Too close for the referee, and Scotland have the free kick.
Yeah, she's had good involvement in this first half, and I think for me, you know, since Claire's moved to Orlando Pride and then now over to Melbourne City, she's just growing in confidence so much and is so positive every time that she has the ball.
A few goals in the league-winning campaign for Melbourne City as well. Very active and on her way back to Orlando Pride to play alongside such stars as Marta and Alex Morgan. Ukraine trying to move forward. Will play a beautiful ball in there for Thomas, but the flag's up, and that was nearly that other opportunity we were looking for.
Yeah, it was. Good movement there by Kirsty Smith. I thought her position was much higher, which then left the space for the centre back to step on. I'd like to see that more from both full-backs.
There's Ukraine moving forward, giving the Scotland defence something to think about. Sophie Howard turns and clears. Ukraine have the throw-in. It's taken down for Ovdichuk again. Pishinenko out wide. Ovdichuk getting to the byline. Good sliding challenge from Hayley Lauder. Weir's there to help out. Lauder will run the ball out of defence. And there's Emsley making good use of the teammates back defending to try and play the ball out of that final third.
Yeah, and good composure and trying to play out as well, and I think that's really, really important.
She's been forced all the way back into a very defensive position. Looking for a little bit of help. She does well to get the throw in though. Not too much of a threat towards Scotland when the ball's in their possession. Fife. Godfrey. Kirsty Smith. And Sophie Howard takes over. Caroline Muir going deep to receive the ball. Long one over the top. Jane Ross trying to get there. Sampson can see that one into the penalty area and collect the ball.
Maybe just to make sure that when we put the ball in there, we try and take a little bit off it. It just went obviously too far through. We've got the runners there, but we need it to hold up in those areas. Scotland on great form coming into tonight's game.
in the last 2 qualifiers with Cyprus and Albania. 13 goals for, 0 against. Martha Thomas getting that earlier goal. Now Emsley looking to try and provide another. Ball to Smith. There's Arnott there, nice turn. Tries to play the ball through. She spotted Jane Ross in the middle. But she knew she was in an offside position, and that one was just really unlucky.
Yeah, it was, but it's great awareness by Lizzie, and everybody's thinking probably she's looking to maybe take that on and shoot there, but just trying to play that little penetrating pass through.
Just over 7 minutes to go in Pinatar. Scotland 1, Ukraine 0. Filenko trying to get something going for Ukraine. Here's Kalnina. Held up very well there by Kimmich. Tries to squeeze it through. Does brilliantly. There's a chance for Petric to try and smash it across the face of goal. Fife there to collect. Just finding a few spaces on that side whenever Ukraine have had the ball on the right, trying to work it to the left side. Good defending, bodies back for Scotland in the box.
I think they're very comfortable in their way of attack and play. You know, they're very direct. It doesn't always look the prettiest, but it's effective for them.
Howard to Lauder. She'll have an opportunity to run forward, uses Emsley. There's that direct ball up again. It'll run all the way through. A chance for Thomas to try and get a hold of the ball. It smashes the shot at goal. Good save from Sampson. Clearly has the taste for the back of the net tonight. And Scotland will keep the ball in Ukraine's defensive third. Delivered in, headed away. And just battered clear by that defence. Scotland going after more goals before half time, but that one's just off, and a chance to look at that chance again for Thomas.
Yeah, I was actually just going to say if she'd stepped across there, the defender wouldn't have been able to get back, but then she actually shows really good intricate skill to still be able to execute the shot. But you can hear Shelley getting a little bit frustrated there. You know, we need to be smart and realise when the space is open on the other side and be able to exploit that earlier.
Kravitz just patiently keeping a hold of the ball for Ukraine. Basanka giving it back to Schmatko. Ukraine might just be feeling a little bit happy to get a hold of the ball themselves and keep possession. We're just 5 minutes away from the break.
It's interesting, both centre backs are really comfortable coming for the balls in those areas of the park, but it seems to be when it drops to that kind of final defensive third that we've not been quite as confident, and I'm not quite sure why that is, because they both have great height and good technical heading ability.
Green a little bit unfortunate there to give away the free kick. You watch that one again, just gets her body around, Ukraine player falling over, and a free kick to defend for the Scots.
I think that's just the nature of Lucy's play, and it's something that you wouldn't want to take out of her game, because something that I think that is maybe missing a little bit now in some of the young players coming through.
Ball's high, you expect Fife to collect that one. There's just a little bit of a hesitation towards the end with the Ukraine players moving in towards the path of the ball. Scotland will get it going quickly again though. Emsley and Weir exchanging passes. Direct ball into the middle, switched over to this near side. Smith just trying to get the head on to release Arnott quicker.
That was unfortunate. It was good combination play down the left hand side, and the switch was obviously definitely on, but just overhit a little bit.
Just going to say not too far away. If it comes off, it could play perfectly into that space on the right side.
Definitely, and the intensity of the switch was better this time also.
It's a chance for Ovdichuk again. Cutting inside from the right. She's done a couple of times this evening.
Yeah, she has. She's a key player for them, and when she gets on the ball, we have to be extremely concentrated, because I think she's definitely their most dangerous player.
Caroline Weir again, just a few seconds ago, as she always does, picking up the ball, spinning away beautifully. And her winning possession can give Scotland another chance here. Ross tries to help it onto Arnott. Blocked, but the throw-in will be taken quickly. Just tries to hold it up. Can Ross get there? Assistant says no. Doesn't feel like she got that one right.
Whole ball.
Very unfortunate there. Just take another look at That lovely spin from Caroline Weir. Kalnina had no idea where she was going. Brilliant work from the Man City midfielder.
Great finesse and composure, as always.
Blasted away from Lucy Graham. She was aiming for that corner flag. She's done really well.
Not so much from Lucy.
Going to be the throw-in for Ukraine. A chance to press the side into that corner. The minutes ticking away towards half-time. With it approaching the break, Pauline, what do you think the message would be from Shelley Kerr when she gets the players in a few minutes, considering there's been quite a few attacks? The opening goal from Martha Thomas is the positive so far, but maybe just the final ball and the movement and shots in around the area that are maybe need to be a bit better second half.
Yeah, I think you can see that what they've worked on in training is coming off. There's an understanding of the way that they want to play, the combinations they want to play, when they want to go long, when they want to kind of come short and play. But I think probably Shelley will be really quite happy in terms of our in possession stuff. Maybe the intensity of the switch needs to be a little bit quicker, but we've got to bear in mind there's 7 changes to the team that started against Albania, so those relationships will potentially grow, across this tournament and definitely across the 90 minutes of tonight. I think maybe from a negative perspective, maybe a couple of moments of concentration where we've lapsed and they've been able to, exploit spaces in the final third. And again, like we spoke about earlier, that maybe lack of aggression to step onto the ball from crosses coming from wide areas or corners.
It's been a little bit of time since the squad's been together though, so considering it's the opening game of the 3-game Pinatar Cup, is it kind of understandable that you're just maybe a little bit off with certain things?
Yeah, definitely. There was no January window, so as you say, we're a little bit later in the year in terms of meeting up, and a lot of the girls have had probably quite a heavy schedule. And again, the team is very different, which I think is extremely positive. I think it's been a great first half.
Aparashenko really close there with the effort on the edge of the box. It was just looping over Jenna Fife. Bounced wide for the goal kick. So keep an eye on any additional time that may be played at the end of this first half. Godfrey hits that one upfield over the top of Jane Ross. 45 minutes played at the Pinatar Arena. And the whistle goes for half time. Petra Pavlikova's seen enough from the first 45 minutes. It's been an interesting half for Shelley Kerr and the girls. A couple of early chances. Claire Emsley with the better. Straight at the goalkeeper. But Scotland did get a lead thanks to Martha Thomas on her debut, opening her Scotland and national team account with the only goal of the half so far. Scotland 1, Ukraine 0 at half time. And we will see if Shelley Kerr makes any changes for the second half, considering there's been some good attacking build-up play, maybe a couple of lapses in concentration in defence, but things not far from clicking from what we've seen so far. If I look back over the action, brilliant spot from Jenna Fife to get the ball across to Caroline Weir. Racing down that left side, teased the delivery in. Just went beyond everybody. Emsley with the shot. Good save from the goalkeeper.
It's a great delivery, isn't it, when you see it again.
Just the perfect place for the right foot of Samson, and Lizzie Arnott attacking through the middle. Brilliant ball out to Ross in space, cut inside on the left foot, smashed it towards Samson, but not enough power to trouble the goalkeeper.
I think in that situation you're just looking for a placement shot into the corner, if I'm honest, when it's on your non-preferred side.
And then the scoring was opened. Just over 20 minutes played. Lizzie Arnott, beautiful ball through. It gave Ukraine's defence something to think about. Miscommunication between defender and goalkeeper. And Martha Thomas got her debut goal, just rolling that one into an empty net. Stayed on her feet, over the hurdle of the goalkeeper and defender, and all the goal at her mercy to stick that one over the line. And it's 1 cap, 1 goal for Martha Thomas so far, but she also had a couple of opportunities to try and add to that. A lovely bit of skill from Caroline Weir as well. Been good work from Scotland. So the next competitive home match is against Portugal, Easter Road on Tuesday, 14th April. Let's take a look back at our last match at Easter Road when we put 8 goals past Cyprus.
The Scotland Supporters Club is for the first timers, the 50th timers, the lifelong followers, the family day outers, the 30 Aarons who've already joined along with the 6 Zoe and Zoes. Thank you to the 507 Steve, Stephen and Stevens, to the 511 Andrews and Andys, 739 David, Daves and Davies, the 75 Charlies and Charles, and 114 Ryans, to the 11 Michelles, 32 Claires, Claire and Claires, the 21 Rachels and Rachels, 10 Carolines and 5 Erins. From Kirkwall to Kirkcudbright, Eyemouth to Elgin, London to LA, Trinidad and Tobago to Perth, Australia. Thank you. This is your club, Ewan, Laura, Noah, Pauline and Omar, Miller, Millie, Molly, thank you too. We can't forget about the Bruces, Hamishes, the Logans, the Eves and the Bryans. I'm Brian. Thank you to our 2 Jackies as well. We are all Scotland. Lewis, Harris, Keith, Angus, Aaron and Ailsa, Nairn, Cooper and Skye. You are an individual amongst the Supporters Club family. Ainsley, Alessandro, Amar, Antonio, Austin, Barney, Blythe, Bronte and Bronx. Your support does not go unnoticed to Callie, Carmen, Claude, Dario, Dieter and Friedrich. Or yours, Giorgio, Gladys, Hamza, Harjeev, Hendricks, Innes, Jade, Jamil, Larissa and Lionel. Thank you to you all who are unique in your own way. The Williams, Wills, Bills are showing their support. The Archies and Archibalds, Collins, Julies and Dennises know what it's all about. As do the Kennys, Kenneths and Kens, and we can't forget about the Nigels. Supporting Scotland is in our DNA. Nothing matters more. Ready? And then we'll go outside. But we've got a very special guest for you here this evening as well. Welcome John Suter to Scotland National Team Defender.
Let's go!
coming up here in March. We're playing Israel. Got your tickets for the match along with the goodie bag, and John's just going to give you those now. So we look forward to seeing you back here.
Anything good?
Turriff as a town is very community minded. Whenever we are trying to achieve something within the town or something needs done, the whole community comes together. From a football perspective, up until a couple of years ago, we were all separate. We had a youth club, we had a ladies club, we had an amateur men's team, and we've also obviously got Turriff United first team who are part of the Highland League. But we were all separate, so we thought it was the right time to get round the table, sit down and say, right, how can we work better, 4 clubs within the one town, and that's where we decided we wanted to become a community club.
We felt that everything in the town needed to be brought together under the one umbrella. We've always had a connection with the youth, but we felt it was much better to have the thing formalised.
Once we decided that we wanted to become a community club, we contacted our North Region Development Manager, who is Mark Slater. So we all got round the table, we invited the SFA up, and they acted more like a consultant for us, and we just went from there.
I helped Turriff achieve their community status by basically sitting down with them, going through the quality mark criteria and going through all that to help them get that status.
Now that we are a community club, the benefits that we have seen over the last sort of 9 months have been phenomenal. We've managed to raise the club's profile within Turriff as a town.
The club have been promoting themselves fantastically this year. They were part of Turriff Show this year, which attracts over 30,000 people. And when they were there, they managed to tell the public what the club does, how it encourages children to lead healthy lives, and the public have told us in an evaluation survey that they love seeing Turriff United youth at the Turriff Show.
We've become more involved with Turriff Business Association, the Community Council, the local groups such as the Horse Redevelopment and the Friends of Turriff Cemetery. A lot of the kids get involved up there helping clean up leaves and stuff like that. It's really, really good.
People appreciate that we're really trying to encourage the youth and other organisations within the town to be involved.
It's good to have a relationship with the youth teams because it gives the young lads something to work towards. You know, it lets them see where they can progress to, and obviously gives them something to aim for.
So being part of the community club is obviously great. It's a great thing moving forward for the football. The under-19s have just started as well. It'd be good for them to get a wee taste for a couple of years of the men's football, and then hopefully we can pass on a few players to United. That would be a good thing for me moving forward.
An important part for our club is bringing in the youth. One of our biggest successes over the last 6 to 12 months has been one of our young coaches, Matthew. As a 17-year-old, he has worked through the ranks of his coaching badges. He has just completed his Children's Award as a qualified referee.
I think it's important for clubs like Turriff to have young coaches like myself, because it's different ideas and it's for the future.
Turriff United Youth is a great club to be a part of because of all the new friendships I've made over the past few years, the great facilities and the support I get from coaches. I want to keep playing for as long as I can and maybe coach the younger ones when I'm older.
The future for Turriff Youth is very, very bright. We've got 270 kids or thereabouts at the moment, and I can only see that getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The coaches that we have in place at the moment are great. So the kids that come to Turriff Youth get the best.
Funny that, eh? My house has got that as well. The big light. The big light. You've got them in your house as well. Fort candles. There's been a few statements done in this trip, hasn't there?
Lights on the ceiling.
Welcome back to Pinatar for the second half of Scotland against Ukraine. Scotland 1-0 up, moving into the second 45. A couple of changes for Ukraine being made as well. They look to try and get themselves back into the game and try and get an equaliser to Martha Thomas's first Scotland goal. That's put Scotland in the lead so far in this opening group game. And it's an opportunity for Scotland in the second half to try and make Lowe's attacks click. In the first half there was a few opportunities, but you do get the feeling there was a potential for just a little bit more. A little bit of rustiness in certain pieces of play, but a couple of shots on target to trouble Samson in the Ukrainian goal. Martha Thomas the only one to find the net so far. As we're underway again here, no changes so far for Scotland, but you do get the feeling that Shelley Kerr may be thinking about what she can tinker with in the second half. But it gives the 11 on the field an opportunity to go in search of more goals. Haley Lauder, Emsley and Thomas trying to link up a triangle there. Emsley goes across with the challenge, gives the free kick away. But it was an intriguing first half, Pauline. There was a couple of slips at the back where Ukrainian opportunities were given away. Jenna Fife had to be on hand to stop a couple of attempts, but Scotland, you do feel possibly could have came out of that first half with another goal on top of the Martha Thomas opener.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that, you know, in terms of the way that we defended from kind of wide balls and just maybe lapses in concentration, I think that would have been the first thing that Shelley would have wanted to put right, because against a stronger opponent you find yourself 1 and 2-0 down in those moments. From an attacking perspective, I think she'll be happy, and I think hopefully we'll see some of these relationships on the pitch grow as the game goes on in the second half.
Lizzie Arnott, who's heavily involved in the first half, gets the ball back again from Kirsty Smith. 2 to get around, crosses on the left foot. Oh, nearly dropped at the back post for Emsley. The ball will roll out for a corner eventually. Scotland with the set piece early on to try and get that second goal.
Good piece of skill there from Lizzie, and it's something that she's got in her locker. She's very comfortable crossing with both feet, so you know, for whoever's up against her, it's which one do you put her onto? I'm not quite too sure, because she's very effective with both.
It's a low cross from Emsley, it trickles all the way through the face of goal. Another corner is signalled from the referee. Nobody there just to gamble and get the studs onto that and put it into the back of the net.
I think she caught us all off guard there with that delivery. I'm not quite sure if that was meant or not.
Almost darted and bounced along that 6-yard box. Corner on the opposite side. Emsley makes all the yards across to provide a short option for Arnott. Emsley trying to get to the byline for the cross. Goal kick signal from the assistant. A couple of times they've tried that one down in the right corner. Just the short option with a couple of players in attendance, but it hasn't paid off yet.
Nah, and it looked like the situation was maybe too tight, but I think it's maybe something to do with the lack of space in those areas to maybe deliver with real pace and intensity.
Sophie Howard trying to help that one on. Ross holds it up. Right, Smith will try and get there, but the throw-in will go Ukraine's way. Taken quickly. The chance for the substitute, Pantsulia, to take over. Here's Kimmich, trying to thread it through, not on the same lines as the rest of the Ukraine attack, and Kirsty Smith clears. It's been a regular on the Man United side that sit 4th in WSL this season. Ukraine come forward again. Kalina cleared away by Scotland. It's only Martha Thomas up top though, trying to save some energy in those legs for the rest of the second half. Ukraine will play the ball out of defence. Samson picks up again. A couple of saves in the first half from Emsley and Jane Ross. Martha Thomas blasted one from outside the box, trying to add to her account as well. The Ukraine goalkeeper heavily involved. Here comes Kalina. Long range effort deflected. It's going to bounce towards the back. Kozlova waiting. She'll let it go over for the corner.
They look a little bit complacent, will I say, out of possession there. I think they need to be able to recover to shape quicker. And you know, in the first 5 minutes we've seen that when you don't have that physical and aggression in those 1v1 situations, it allows your opponent to grow in confidence. So we need to go back into that style of play and start to dominate these individual situations and moments.
The voice of Scotland Women Under-17s head coach Polly McDonald as Ukraine get ready to take this corner. Pasanka looking for the in-swinger. Up and down, there's a couple of players rising. Ukraine keep it alive. Chuck just looking to try and work something here. Great defender from Caroline Weir. Ukraine get the break though. Ross is back to help out. Ukraine a little bit tidy there, just getting possession back once more. And they look to work on to this near side. Felenko gives it to Basanka. They'll be back to the goalkeeper again. Do you suspect that the head coach Natalia Zinchenko of Ukraine might have just given her side a bit of confidence at half-time, Pauline? It's only one goal of a difference, and they've had the bounce a couple of times in the 6-yard box where they could have posed a threat to Scotland, but there's a ball through for Arnott. Samson off her line. Yeah,
I mean they had opportunities in the first half, like we spoke about, and she's obviously made a couple of changes as well to freshen things up for them. So 1-0 is not a comfortable lead by any means.
Straight out of play for Hayley Lauder to go over and take the throw in. 29-year-old, 102nd cap for Scotland tonight. Cleared away by Howard. Ainsley with the touch. Nearly pulled that one off. Would have been clever if it worked. There's a chance for Apanashenko to drive at the defence. Gets the second opportunity. There's Kimmich in the box. Good defending. Godfrey coming across there to clean up.
Keep it!
Ross holding the ball up, and a bit of a Ukraine sandwich there. Wins the free kick. Scotland playing it quick. Emsley trying to burst away. Good tackle from Pantsulia. A couple of times that Claire Emsley's just tried to drag that ball away from a defender on the wing. Plenty of space to work in front of her if she can get it away.
Yeah, and they'll be very aware of her because she was very dominant in the first half, so I'm sure they've spoken about her at half-time and tried to work on ways to nullify her impact in the game.
Throw and given away. Kozlova. Kimmich. Diagonal spotted well by Kirsty Smith. Anticipated it brilliantly.
It's a good interception, just a shame about the execution of the pass afterwards.
Some space to come forward. Sliding challenge there from Godfrey. Hasn't allowed Ukraine past their second cap tonight. He gives the ball to Smith. Tight spaces again. Ross just couldn't drag the ball beyond for Lizzie Arnott. There's Pantsulia through the middle. Nobody on the wing for Ukraine. Kirsty Smith across the cover and clear.
I think in moments like that we need to try and see one of the central midfielders drop into a deeper position so that we can potentially look to switch the play. It's very easy for them to defend when we're playing in such tight lines.
Throw in taken. Skips past Arnott. Smith's there to shield the ball out of play. Goal kick for Jenna Fife to take. Some good defending from Kirsty Smith. Anna Godfrey retrieving the ball. She's done well tonight. 7 minutes short of the hour. Been everywhere with a couple of sliding challenges. Her and Howard have been commanding in the air when the ball's been played forward by Ukraine. There's Jenna Fife doing well to pick out the pass on the wing again. Lauder on to Emsley. Does well to work it out and give it back to Howard. Living a bit dangerously low. Ukraine smell blood and take over possession. Kept in well. Quick cross in. Mia just tries to put the attacker off. Cleared away by Emsley and finally roofed up into the air for Thomas to chase. Gets the flick on well. Arnott in front of the defender. Just having to hold things up for support. Free kicks given. Good play from Lizzie Arnott. Scotland move quickly again. Here's Graham. Thinks about long range shot. Over the top for Ross. A little bit more joy moving into that defensive zone of Ukraine. And it wins the corner there.
Yeah, I think it's very evident that Shelley wants the intensity of the play to be far much quicker, because numerous times that we have dead ball situations now, she wants them to just take it and catch the opponent unaware. I think we also, when we're moving the ball forward, we need to protect better. We need to be stronger and make sure that it sticks, and then we can work off from that. I think too many times there's a turnover and it comes back on us again.
Captain Caroline goes over to take the corner. Lucy Graham with the hand up, looking to get her first Scotland goal. There for Godfrey, just headed wide. Done well to get her head beyond the top of the Ukraine defender on that 6-yard box line. There's just a little bit of space there. Might have come off the Ukraine player before she got contact.
I think the delivery is good, but it's so high that it's probably difficult to then get anything on it going back across the goal.
Do you prefer that kind of delivery to the short corner that has been tried a couple of times, Pauline?
Definitely.
And Sophie Howard and Hannah Godfrey have won nearly everything in the air in defence. You'd really expect to try and get a couple of high balls in there for them to attack. But obviously Scotland and Shelley Kerr have been working on something on the training ground and are looking for that to pay off when they play the short corner. It's something that could end up being a useful weapon when practiced in the upcoming qualifiers.
I think again it's all to do with variation, isn't it? And then having those tools to utilise when the situation arises.
Ukraine on the attack. Chuck on the edge. He's looping over. Jenna Fife claiming for the goal kick. That will be a corner to Ukraine. No good work from Kalinia. A couple of times that Ukraine have tried that long range shot from just outside the box and they managed to win a couple of corners from it. Be growing in confidence as the game goes on, and the scoreline's only 1-0 as Andrikiv comes on for Ukraine to attack this set piece. Pasanka ready with the corner. Attack there on the penalty spot. Jenna Fife manages to claim. Just a brief pause when that ball gets delivered into the box. It seems a bit of a hesitation in defending. Jenna Fife off her line to pick that one out of the air. Now Kirsty Smith coming forward. Weir. Space for Hayley Lauder of Glasgow City, come forward.
It's a great ball, isn't it?
Here Emsley, bearing down on the defender. Lauder on the overlap.
I actually think Haley could have went earlier there and given her a better option.
Caroline Weir moving into the space. Lauder back to Weir. Thinks the ball up off the number 14 of Ukraine, Schmatko, in the corner. Will be Scotland's again. Been a few in the second half so far. Both sides have looked a little bit hesitant when the ball's been delivered from the arc on either side of the pitch.
Yeah, definitely like to see us attack this with more aggression, especially the likes of Sophie Howard and Hannah Godfrey that you mentioned earlier. Both very, very good technically in their heading ability.
See a couple of changes being ready by Shelley Kerr as Emsley takes the corner. It's high towards the back post.
Goalkeeper actually does well there, doesn't she?
Brilliantly to get her fingers to it. Sampson, it's still there, dug out by Godfrey. Touch just a little bit heavy. Arnott gets it again, spreads that one out wide. Emsley's there.
Good decision making
Touched
to
off.
recycle.
Weir with a cross, it's just a little bit behind Lucy Graham. A lovely cross from Weir, it was just hanging up in the air. Looked like it was ready to be attacked, but Graham was just one step in front.
I think that was really good play by Scotland. It's easy in those situations to try and force things and take shots that potentially weren't on, but a good switch and like you say, unfortunate there with the ball, the final ball that's put in.
An hour gone in Pinatar. Scotland 1, Ukraine 0. Martha Thomas with the only goal so far. Sophie Howard does brilliantly to defend that. Moves away with the ball, passes short. There's off the chuck again, moving inside. Nice ball through, it's a chance for Ukraine. Good save, Jenna Fife. Basanka moving into the penalty area. Right footed shot. Jenna Fife equal to it, but here Ukraine go again. Zapanashenko blasts it across the face of goal.
It's a good save, but it's a warning sign for us there, isn't it? It's just that run in behind. We don't follow it. I don't hear us communicate it either. And to be fair, should she have done better maybe.
As the change is made, Abby Grant coming on as the first. Gets the handshake from Claire Emsley. Keep an eye on the changes. But just a signal from Shelley Kerr that she's maybe looking for the fresh legs to come on and inject a bit more of a pace and a threat on attack, just to keep some players on their toes. The changes being made. Rachel Boyle and Christy Murray just waiting to make their way into the field. There we go now as they enter the play. What do you think that is the meaning from Shelley Kerr bringing Rachel Boyle, Abby Grant and Christy Murray onto the pitch?
I think, like you say, just one of the objectives of the tournament was to give players playing time. Shelley wants to see all the players and see what their capabilities are and how they cope with international football. And obviously it's been a while since Rachel's been involved, so it's great to see her get the last 30 minutes of the game today at fullback. Christy's not had a lot of playing time at Liverpool, so again it'll be good for her to get some playing minutes this evening, and Abby's fairly new in terms of her involvement, so yeah, she's sticking by what she said.
As you can already see, it feels like the pace has been stepped up a notch. Lauder sending a couple of lovely balls down that side. That one just over the top and too much for Christy Murray to run onto. But the Liverpool attacker will be looking to get on and try and add her name alongside Martha Thomas on the score sheet. Just over the hour mark for those changes to be made, as Pauline said earlier. Moved the chuck down on the deck with a sore one for Ukraine. She's looked lively in the attack. In yellow, just needs a little bit of treatment. And that one just slows the game down as well. Not ideal for the substitutes that have just come on for Scotland. And looking to get up to speed with the match. As you could see, just some of the Ukraine players getting a little bit of a water break while the treatment's given to off the chuck, but she's back to her feet now.
I'm sure Shelley will be quite frustrated at this as well, because listen to the shouts that she's made within this second half. It's all about intensity, tempo of play, and just those kind of waves of attack, should we say, on the opponent to try and fatigue them and create openings.
Ball bounces, nobody goes for it. Martha Thomas takes over. Out to Rachel Boyle. Lucy Graham. There's Sophie Howard. Hayley Lauder with space. Ainsley's touch is heavy. Lauder wins it back though. Pass on there. Back for Christy Murray. It's just a little bit heavy. We're on hand to pick things up. Here's Emsley. Cross to the back post. Ukraine managed to clear and come away with the ball. Murray comes across to help the defence out. Just becoming a little bit scrappy in the middle there. Lauder allows Howard to take over. Caroline Meir turns effortlessly. Emsley trying to pick up her pass.
By Caroline, isn't it?
One-on-one with the goalkeeper. She could smash a shot low. Saved again from Sampson. Driven towards the gap between the feet of the Ukrainian goalkeeper, but just unable to squeeze that one through and get Scotland a second goal.
To be fair, she's surrounded there, isn't she, by Ukraine jerseys, and there's probably not another option there at that moment in time for her to play it across the goal face. So goalkeeper's unlikely to concede from there.
There's that short corner between Emsley and Weir once more. Delivery comes eventually. Whipped in nicely. Murray's there. Slide challenge goes down. Claims from the Scotland players. Ukraine break though. Boyle does well to sweep up. Sends the ball back into the box, but there was nobody there. A little bit of a penalty claim from Scotland.
Yeah, we'd need to see that one again, I think.
Lauder touches the header on for Howard to help forward. Taken down well by Murray. Tries to send Emsley away. Pass is heavy, but she'll get there. Clear Emsley. Sliding challenge is missed. Emsley into the box. Picks out the pass. It's there, but dug away from Ukraine. Murray on the edge of the box. Spots the pass brilliantly. What can Grant do? Shot saved. Palmed away from the goalkeeper once more. Pressure still on from Scotland. Emsley.
Great ball by Clare, good awareness.
Picked up well. There's Graham, tries the long range shot. Taken well by the goalkeeper. Scotland just starting to get more joy in attack though.
Yeah, a good attacking spell, and again good moments whereby we're not trying to force it and we're trying to find the correct opening to then execute the shot. Positive.
Upfield it goes. Dealt with by Godfrey. Chance for Grant. Finds Murray. Murray lets it go. Emsley has space on this near side. Lauder steps into the Ukraine half. Some good quick passing from Scotland. Nearly gets through for Caroline Meir. Emsley will try and retrieve. Does very well. Graham goes to ground, clipped by the Ukraine midfielder, and Scotland will have the free kick.
Yeah, you can just feel the intensity picking up a little bit again for us, which is really positive, and I'm sure Shelley will be happy with that. Again, just coming down to that final third play and just being able to pick out that final pass to get another goal on the score sheet.
Just looking to confirm the players that went off for Scotland, looking like Kirsty Smith, Lizzie Arnott and Jane Ross. There's that chance again. Slide tackle on Christy Murray. And remember, you get your tickets for the Scotland-Portugal game, Easter Road, Tuesday 14th of April, 7:30 p.m. On sale now at scotfa.co/SWNT Portugal for the Euro 2021 qualifier. Preparations going well at the moment for Shelley Kerr with the 1-0 lead. We'll be looking to add to that. The opening Pinatar Cup game earlier was Northern Ireland 0, Iceland 1. So anything more than a 1-goal margin win for Scotland would see them move to the top of the group, with the two games still to be played against Northern Ireland and Iceland. Ukraine defender doesn't get the ball. Murray goes to ground. The referee's got a great look at it though.
She does. I think the only thing I'm saying is Christie in control of it there? Is there a goal scoring opportunity? I'm not sure whether they're going away from goal.
20 plus minutes to be played. Ukraine on the attack. Long range effort is blocked. There's Romanenko trying her luck at goal. Just on as a substitute. Ukraine have another corner. See more of the Scotland substitutes warming up down that touchline as Andrew Keeve goes to stand right in front of Jenna Fife's view of the corner coming in. The only Ukraine player in that 6-yard box, but Apanashenko's got plenty of goals to her name. Also waiting, there's the delivery, headered, cleared away by Murray. Abby Grant helps it on. More warning signs for Scotland in defence. There's Kunina. Picks out a lovely pass for Apashenenko. Crossed in, headed away. Martha Thomas tries to take out the defence, skips over the challenge. Has Abby Grant in front. Uses her with a short pass. Grant holds up Graham.
Good work there by Martha and link-up play by Abby. And you know, there are just moments that we need to show this sort of composure and possession when it's not on to continue to go forward.
Rachel Boyle just losing the ball there and it goes out of play. And the substitute scored the only goal in injury time when Hibs opened their SWPL campaign against Spartans a few days ago as the domestic season got underway. I'm just thinking, Pauline, that as we have a couple of technical difficulties, we'll look to get back to the action as soon as possible, but moving into the latter stages of the game, we spoke about Martha Thomas. I mean, you're going to speak about her goal because it's the main talking point of the match so far, but she has done well working back and helping out in defence for Scotland when the set pieces have been a danger from Ukraine as well.
She has, and that's, you know, that's just as an important part of the game as what she does when we're in possession of the ball. International football is it's not an easy game, you know, and everybody is set up well, organised well, defensively, and you know, the first line of defence is the attack. So yeah, it's great to see that she has the passion and desire to work hard, not just in possession but out of possession as well.
You've got Hannah Godfrey and Lucy Graham as well, still on the pitch, that have done well. They've got limited caps to their name, but they've stepped in tonight and haven't really looked totally out of place, despite only having under 5 caps. I mean, the second cap for Hannah Godfrey this evening, the 4th for Lucy Graham.
Yeah, no, and I think, you know, the fact that both of them are playing down south and the regular players for Everton and Tottenham, you know, that helps. It's a very competitive league, and that helps the transition to international football.
So back live from the Pinatar Arena. Still the one goal for Scotland. Ukraine on the attack, looking to equalise. Heavy pass through, and Jenna Fife can collect that, take it into her hands. Sophie Howard into feet for Murray, clattered there at the end. Hayley Warder now. Ukraine just looking a little bit sharper as Scotland try and get the ball at the defence. That was unlucky from Apanashenko. Trying to play the quick pass and set Ukraine into the penalty area.
They have a real belief, you know, that they can still get something from the game, and you can see that within those kind of 50-50 balls. They want to run hard, they want to run through it, and we need to be stronger in those moments.
They look like they have grown in confidence, Ukraine, as the games went on. I mean, we mentioned earlier they haven't had the best runs recently. 2 8-0 defeats to Germany. The last game is in October. Defeat 3-2 against Republic of Ireland. Here's Martha Thomas into the box, and she slots it under Sanson. And another goal to her name. Martha Thomas looks effortless in celebration. But what a debut so far. 2 goals, 72 minutes played. Could there be a hat-trick on the cards for Martha Thomas?
You wouldn't bet against it at this point, but what a fantastic ball played in by Caroline Weir there.
Brilliant delivery to provide the effort on goal. Looked so calm, the West Ham United attacker. Looked effortless as she put it under the goalkeeper with ease.
It's a great penetrating pass, and she still has a lot to do in that moment, you know. She shows good composure and she picks her spot. Fantastic finish.
She just drags it through the legs from the left foot of Schmatko. Creates the space, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And from what we've seen of her in the 73 minutes so far, you would not bet against Martha Thomas. As the game restarts, Shelley Kerr will be just as delighted to see that, because that makes things a little bit more comfortable going into the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, it certainly does, and hopefully we can now build on this, because again there's been a few edgy moments, and you know, Ukraine looked more positive, and so they should, you know, at 1-0 as we spoke, but it's not comfortable.
Order with the throw, Weir gives the ball back, passes off from Howard. Will give Ukraine the opportunity to step in. Cleared away temporarily out to the far side. Kimmich throwing everything at that ball. Ham was in the air, free kick given to Scotland. And Godfrey's clearance prevented from the hand of Kimmich.
I think moments like that we need to take out of our game, because like we spoke about earlier, you know, against a better side they will absolutely punish you. We need to have far better accuracy and intensity in that pass if we're trying to play through the press.
Godfrey out to Boyle. Pass on, Boyle picks up again. Graham exchanges the pass once more.
Good combination play.
Heads the ball for Thomas. There's Murray in the middle. Wants to use Grant. Turns well in the box, gets the shot away. Ainsley there waiting for the ball to make its way through to her, but Sampson can gather.
Really good combination play down that right hand side there, but I think the decision to shoot at that point is wrong. The angle's not great. Just a little bit of naivety there from Abby.
Looking to get a first Scotland goal. It's her 5th cap this evening. Abby Grant and Christy Murray tries to come away with the ball.
Good defender.
There's the turn from Grant. Just quick shot. Didn't really have a view of the target when she turned. Just a little bit too eager to get her name on the score sheet.
Yeah, and it's a very difficult angle to beat the goalkeeper from there. But yeah, like you say, eager to impress, which you completely understand.
The most obvious pullback you'll see there on Martha Thomas. And that's because Kravitz knows what she's done so far. I think in any other game that maybe be a yellow card, but Petra Pavlikova happy just to give her a telling off. And Martha Thomas pulled back from the shirt and shorts as she tried to break away. They done brilliantly to put the ball beyond her.
She did, and it's a smart piece of defending really, because it's evident the pace that she has and how they've struggled to deal with it, given she's scored the 2 goals of the game. So great play again by Martha, and so positive in possession, which is great to see.
Caroline Weir stands over the free kick. 4 or 5 players in the box. Punched away from the goalkeeper. Murray's on the edge. Doesn't know where the ball is. Gets it now.
Decision by the goalkeeper.
And gives Murray the ball back over the top. Can Graham keep that one in? Looks up, plays it back across box. Oh, it's dipping at the back post. It's just a little bit too high for Abby Grant.
She does really well there, and actually what I like about the delivery is it's got a little bit of pace on it as well. Ones earlier have been kind of too high and then difficult to get them back across the face of goal, so unfortunate there, but good work by Lucy to keep the ball in play.
Ukraine will still fancy their chances to get on the score sheet tonight too. They've had a couple of opportunities, remember. Jenna Fife's had to be alert between the sticks. It's not all went Scotland's way. Oh, the place. 27th in the rankings. A couple of places ahead of Finland. It was mentioned before the game that this will give Scotland an idea of where they're at in qualification, as Abby Grant drives down the right side. Tries to tease a ball in there. It's going to make its way to Emsley. Has all the time in the world to shoot and puts it into the far right corner beyond Sampson in goal. As she takes the applause from Abby Grant with the ball into the box. And Scotland 3 goals to the good here at the Pinatar Arena.
Very deservedly so. Another great movement and combination play down that right hand side again, and the delivery in behind the back line, and Claire's already there, tucked in from the other side. to finish it off, and well deserved to Claire. I think she's had a fantastic performance tonight as well.
It's Claire Emsley's 7th goal in a Scotland shirt. The ball just asking to be picked up. Emsley takes over and puts that one into the net, and that will be the end of Martha Thomas's game, being replaced by Sam Kerr of Glasgow City on to make her debut for Scotland. What a time to come on 3-0 up, but for Martha Thomas it's been a dream debut for her, earning her first cap with a double.
Yeah, she'll be absolutely delighted with that, and I'm sure that Shelley Kerr will be delighted with her contributions as well.
Lucy Graham clipped there as she makes her way over the halfway line, and that will bring out the yellow card. It's Kimmich on the receiving end. Referee Petra Pavlikova just unhappy with how Ukraine are breaking up the Scotland attack cynically.
Yeah, and I think that you'll see more of this in the latter stages of this game. They've obviously, their positivity has been dampened significantly with the result of the last 2 goals being scored by Scotland, which is understandable.
The joy on Claire Emsley's face, sticking that one away. Here she goes again.
And she's been a fantastic out for us down this left-hand side the second half tonight.
1-2 Murray. Can there be more goals for Scotland? Just over 10 minutes to play. You wouldn't put it past this side. There's a number of players there looking for their first Scotland goal.
What's been really pleasing, you know, within the first 2 games of the campaign and tonight's game as well, is we're getting goals from so many different positions across the field, and I think that that's really important, both for confidence but for that unpredictability of play as well.
Possibly one of the other things that you could be happy about is the fact with 137 caps missing in the middle, and Kim Little as well, it's still been a good performance when you take away that, and Caroline Weir stepped in looking very comfortable as a captain in the middle of the park as well.
Absolutely, and obviously Rachel Corsie has to come back into the frame. Jenny Beattie's not travelled, so for me it's fantastic that you know, I think performance is driven by competition for places, and that's the environment that Shelley wants to create.
Ukraine get things underway again. Ball up top taken from Jenna Fife. She'll be looking for only her 3rd clean sheet in goal if she can keep things the way they are for the next 10 plus minutes. The goalkeeper that moved from Hibernian to Rangers in the summer. Ukraine with the opportunity to try and move towards Scotland's penalty area again. Free kick given away. Panashenko going to ground under the challenge from Sam Kerr. Happy to get involved in the middle. Clean sheet, if you will, just be as important for Jenna Fife as it will be for Shelley Kerr, do you think, Pauline? Just something for confidence, and it will take 3 games with no goals conceded if it stays the same.
Yeah, I think for any goalkeeper it's really, really important, and you know, we've seen that there's been shaky moments in the game tonight from a defensive aspect. Now maybe that comes with, you know, changing goalkeeper, changing personnel across the back line. However, give them their due, they've been able to keep that clean sheet so far, so it's fingers crossed for the next 8 to 10 minutes.
Here come Ukraine once more. Caroline Weir stepping away with the ball. The referee gives the free kick. Allowed time for another substitution to be made. Not too much in that, but it's a threatening position for Ukraine to get an effort on Jenna Fife's goal. It's Basanka standing over. Does look a bit more preferred for a left footer. So Scotland wants to make its way back behind that white line just inside the penalty box. Panashenko also standing over it as Basanka moves away. Top goal scorer for Ukraine with 27 to her name. Ukrainian captain stands over. Well saved by Fife. Didn't have that much power on the free kick, but Jenna Fife still had to do the job and get across there to push that one away.
She absolutely did, and I think that you can probably tell that they've probably had a look at various free kicks that the Ukraine have taken, and she'll have worked closely with Fraser on that, but she's done really extremely well there to maintain that clean sheet.
Basanka with the corner, just dropping at the front post. Money does well to rise and get the head to it.
Smallest player on the pitch.
Yeah, just
very, very effective.
Did not look at all like it there at the front post. That was some leap to clear the danger. Ukraine throw-in allows a couple of substitutions with Tarakanova and Kiateva coming on. It's the end of the game for Kimmich, who's done quite well but did pick up that earlier booking. They might still fancy themselves to get a goal back with a couple of changes just to put on some fresh legs. Want to take something away from this game. They've done well in spells, had their opportunities, and kept Scotland out for so long. Nice little ball over the top. Scotland on defend in the meantime.
I think the important thing now is that we've put ourselves 3 goals ahead, and it's how we now manage these last 5 or 6 minutes and ensure that we keep that clean sheet. That for me is really, really important.
Fife rolling that one out for Godfrey. Ball down for Rachel Boyle on the touchline, goes to ground, wins the free kick. Rachel Boyle's last start was here in a 0-0 draw with Russia in January 2018. Named in last November's squad and coming back to football after a pregnancy break. Getting a 30-second cap tonight.
Yeah, it's great to see Rachel back involved in international football. She's such a quality player. She's got a lot of experience, both internationally and in the domestic game. And as we spoke about earlier, you know, she stepped up to take the victory for Hibs a few weeks ago against Spartans.
Christy Money trying to close down the goalkeeper, but they managed to get the ball away. Malenko being pushed back. Amesley making the challenge, a free kick given to Ukraine. It just ticks the clock down a little bit more.
I think it's good that we still see the energy in that press going into the last few minutes of the game.
And then looking forward, got the next game on Saturday, the 7th of March, Scotland against Iceland. On Tuesday the 10th, it's Northern Ireland, the opposition. A number of players that have not been used so far this evening for Scotland that can make appearances. Regular first teamers like Erin Cuthbert, Lisa Evans, Lee Alexander. As Pauline said earlier, Rachel Corsie as well. Not featured so far, so great depth as it looks at the moment. As we end towards the last few minutes of the 90. Sophie Howard providing Anna Godfrey. Boyle. Pass into the middle loose. We're trying to win back. Ukraine have the chance. Ball played through. Defending work here for Lauder. Bad touch from the Ukraine player. Romanenko allowed Lauder to just see that one through. But the pass into the box was good.
Pass into the box was good, but I think good to see that Hayley's seen that early and she's just trying to shadow it out of play, unlike that situation that we had earlier where they were actually through on goal.
Well, we're just waiting Scotland to take the ball out of defence. Pauline, we'll just come across to you and ask, do you have a player of the match from this evening's game so far?
Yeah, I think a lot of good individual performances, which is great with so many changes going into tonight's game from the Albania game. But for me, Martha Thomas, debutant, and to score 2 goals in your debut at international level is fantastic. And I think she showed, you know, great willingness both in and out of possession to impact the game and worked really hard for her team. So congratulations, Martha.
A delightful double for Martha Thomas, making her the BT player of the match. A couple of well-taken goals. And that second was taken with so much ease. Looked so relaxed in the celebration. A great achievement for her to get her first couple in the dark blue of Scotland. There's Emsley who got the third, doing well in defence. Lauder plays it off the Ukrainian for the goal kick to Jenna Fife.
I think just coming on to what you said there, you know, Martha in both situations showed really good composure. She's still quite young, and I think that that's really positive. And you know, I'm really looking forward to see how she does, not just within a role at West Ham, but also moving forward across the next 2 games in the tournament.
We'll keep an eye on any additional time that may be played. Kelly Near keeping her own half. Releases Graham. Murray. Graham over the top. Taken down well by Grant. There's Sam Kerr, tries to help out to Boyle, moving into the box. Plays it across. Oh, it was over the face of the 6-yard box. Murray was sliding in low. Ball was high from Boyle. Another opportunity goes past for Scotland to add to the score sheet.
Another good attacking play, and I think if that's along the ground, it's 4-0.
Final 60 seconds of normal time. Romanenko will leave the throw in to be taken by Falenko. You're watching close. They might get the chance to break forward. Sliding tackle takes the chance away from her. Kane will move through Kanina. And they'll have the throw in. Overall, Shelley Kerr will be very happy, would you say, Pauline?
Yeah, I think she will. I mean, there's been so many good attacking moments of play, transitional moments, and goals from obviously the debutant, and I think just some really good individual performances. I think she will be concerned about the lapses in concentration and the moments where we've allowed Ukraine to come back into the game, but they'll be something that they'll look at over the next few days, and I'm sure we'll want to resolve very quickly before they take on Iceland.
I see Graham just trying to charge down that shot after some brilliant moves down that touchline. The head knock there between Howard and Tarakanova, both to their feet. Still fighting for every ball as we move into additional time.
That's what you want to see from your centre back, isn't it?
She was never losing that.
Definitely not.
One last chance maybe for Ukraine. And on the back of Boyle. Godfrey trying to just push that attack away. Goes to ground, gets a touch on the ball. Ukraine will have the corner. One more set piece to defend to try and keep that clean sheet intact for Jenna Fife.
I'm sure Jenna will be organising them right there and now to ensure that that remains whether she leaves the pitch this evening.
Kanina with the corner. Headed away well from Lucy Graham. Boyle tries to get upfield, but will go behind for another corner. The tall figure of Kravitz with the number 22 waiting at the near post. Goes there now onto the side netting, and that one will surely see Scotland over the line with a clean sheet intact and a 3-0 victory. Statistics will look very good over the last 3 matches. These 16 goals for, 0 against. A good run of momentum for the Scotland team and Shelley Kerr as Jenna Fife restarts with the goal kick. Graham helps that one on. Abby Grant trying to jig through. A little cluster of Ukraine players. Samson hits it upfield. Boyle happy to clear.
I think all the substitutes that went on tonight have really done well and impacted the game, and you know, sometimes when you make a lot of substitutions it can sometimes affect the flow of the game, but I think it's been really consistent across the 90 minutes.
Eager to impress the likes of Rachel Boyle, Abby Grant, Sam Kerr and Christy Murray, who've made their way onto the field this evening. Another yellow card for Ukraine. Just tactical fouls to stop Scotland on the attack, trying to keep the margin at 3 as it is. The final time for Caroline Weir to deliver into the box. Can Scotland make it 4? A little bit of competitiveness in the middle there with Abby Grant getting a talking to from the ref. There's the ball in. Ainsley at the back, just over her head.
Yeah, just overhit a little bit there, which is disappointing. And sees the
full-time whistle goes here in the Pinatar Arena. It's been a comfortable night for Scotland in the end. 3 goals to the good against Ukraine. A double from debutant Martha Thomas set Scotland on their way. Claire Emsley with the third, striking into the far side of the net. And it's a winning start in the Pinatar Cup for Shelley Kerr's side as the preparation builds for the 2021 European Championship qualifiers, with some decisive games coming up over the next couple of months. But 2 more games still to come here in Spain, with Iceland the opponents on Saturday the 7th of March, Northern Ireland on Tuesday the 10th. Both games live on BBC Alba, as we see Claire Emsley and Martha Thomas, the 2 goal scorers, just give each other a congratulations. There is the 2 fixtures live on BBC Alba coming up in the Pinatar Cup as Scotland go top of the group after the 3-0 win this evening. Iceland defeated Northern Ireland 1-0 earlier this afternoon as Shelley Kerr goes around to congratulate the players on their winning start in Spain. And we'll look back over the goals of the evening. Brilliant pass there to Arnott. Looked up, saw Martha Thomas making the run, gave the defender a decision to make. The goalkeeper came out. Martha Thomas on hand to hurdle over the keeper and put the ball into the empty net and open her Scotland account on her debut. The West Ham United striker opening the scoring for Scotland. She didn't have too long to wait for her second Scotland goal either. It was a terrific pass from Caroline Weir, as Pauline mentioned in commentary. Looking up, and again Martha Thomas making the run. Look at that little bit of skill through the defender's legs. One-on-one with the keeper and just slotted it calmly underneath Samson in the Ukrainian goal. An effortless celebration. Looks so relaxed and easy for the striker. And then bearing down on the keeper, as calm as you like, underneath and into the net. And the third goal was from Claire Emsley. Rachel Boyle there playing the pass through. It worked its way out to Abby Grant. Bursting down that right side. Look at this delivery. Just waiting to be picked up. Emsley there takes the touch, drives it into the far side. And that was the third for Scotland. And that wrapped up the points in the Pinatar Cup for Shelley Kerr's side this evening. Lovely ball across the box. Drilled into the net. And the delight on Claire Emsley's face as the Scotland fans, it's not the fans that are meant to swap shirts, I believe it's the players that were meant to do that at the end of games. But it finishes 3-0 here to Scotland. That's it for us at the opening match of the Pinatar Cup. Scotland are back in action this Saturday the 7th of March as we take on Iceland. Kick-off in that match is 2 PM and you can watch it live on BBC Alba. But from Pauline and myself and the team, thank you for joining us and good night.